Hello everyone. Today I would like to read out the 21st chapter titled The Peace Home Plans from my manuscript The Imprisonment. This is a fictional story created for awareness in storytelling. It does not promote or justify any form of crime or harmful activity. Viewer discretion is advised. I'd like to read out the story. That night, after a brief conversation with her brother, Archana lay on her bed staring at the ceiling. A thought kept circling her mind. We live in a democratic country, but will the voice of an ordinary person ever reach those in power? And even if it does, will it truly be considered or quietly ignored? It had taken her months to shape her ideas of Shantighar, a new system of correction where a person could truly understand the weight of their actions and choose not to repeat them. She believed something simple. If realization is genuine, constant punishment of mind is not always necessary. Archana was not a lawyer. She had never studied criminal psychology. She had begun this journey only as a writer, searching for a powerful story. But everything changed after she met Anamika and Samir. Their lives did not just become stories to record. They slowly changed the way she looked at society. She became less self centered. Earlier, her work revolved around herself and her brother. Now, even people inside prison began to feel like part of a larger human story. She decided to learn more. She enrolled in a public relations course, believing something deeply. If relationships are built correctly, even broken systems can be repaired. To her, crime was not just punishment material, it was something that needed understanding, redirection, and rebuilding. Like waste in a system, not to be thrown away blindly, but processed carefully so it could be transformed. Public relations taught her how communications shapes trust, how dialogue prevents breakdown, and how human connections can sometimes stop damage before it spreads further. Meanwhile, Darshan's work on Shantigar was progressing. He had already started designing a space inside the prison, simple living areas, a library, music for therapy, a gym, and rooms for doctors and counselors. It was not meant to feel like punishment alone, it was designed like a structured community where transformation could slowly begin. Archana began imagining something new. What if punishment was not only about isolation but also about roles and responsibility? What if Anamika, with her psychological understanding, could help other inmates reflect on their actions? What if Samir, who once understood systems of influence, could redirect that ability towards awareness instead of fear? She did not think like a legal expert. She thought like an ordinary citizen trying to understand human behavior. And her mind kept forming questions. What if every inmate's skill were identified and redirected? What if responsibility inside the system became part of correction? What if long term supervision was not just as control but as structured safety? What if transparency and ethical monitoring worked together? What if society itself became part of understanding transformation? What if stories of reform were documented not for entertainment but for awareness? What if prison could also become spaces of ethical contribution? What if rehabilitation was not hidden but visible? What if victims, society, and reformed individuals could all be part of a healing process? Her thoughts explained further. Maybe crime could be reduced, maybe not eliminated, and gradually reduced further until it reaches a point of near elimination. But then another question arose: who would monitor all this? Shantighar would need strong systems, ethical authorities, responsible citizens, and constant transparency. Archana knew one thing clearly: the idea was not perfect, but it was a beginning of something that could reshape how society sees crime and criminals, a place where punishment might slowly transform into awareness, correction, and responsibility. Shantighar, a home of hope for those who had lost it. Yet, even as she believed in the idea, doubts remained. Would society accept it or reject it completely? Would criticism break the vision or refine it? With these unanswered questions, Archana closed her thoughts for the night, still searching for a balance between justice and compassion. That's all for the day. Do let me know your thoughts about the story by writing in the comment section. Thanks for watching and thanks for your time.